Hey everybody, just going to be joining shortly. We are getting everybody leveled up before we start. Alright, so last time in Curse of Strahd, after having arrived to the small town of Valaki with the girl Arabelle, you were able to take her back out of the town after a night's rest to the little hamlet, I guess you would call it, where in a large tent she was reunited with her father in a very concerning scene for the party, as a man was being tortured, but feeling that there was no more need for it, the father put an end to it and brought you outside for a reward. Whereupon he revealed some information about the meat pies you had been enjoying a few nights before, and gave you quite a reward, as well as a meal. Though it was a lot harder to stomach a meal after the news that had been received. The group then went back to Valaki to meet up with the hunters to head out and hunt some of these wolves. Along the way to the werewolf den, you guys clocked a few more wolves. The hunters, while you guys were resting, went up ahead and skinned the wolves. That way they had some sort of compensation already amassed for their work. You guys were finding it late at night, or coming upon night, and knowing that it's dangerous at night, the hunters suggested finding a site to camp, to which you guys looked to the north and saw a tower in the middle of a lake on its little own peninsula. Making your way there, you left the hunters to themselves as they set up camp and found your way into this odd tower by doing a dance. After a quick look inside, y'all decided that you were going to wait, and so you guys set traps for the night, rested, and in the morning a carriage rode up to the traps, having them snap on each other as they continued onwards with their carriage approaching the tower. This individual apparently knows the master of the tower, has not revealed their name, and is waiting for them. And that is where we left off. Yes, you did. So everybody should be at full health and full spell slots. Oh yes. Just because all the modules that I was supposed to be using for long rest variation rule, I'm just going to get rid of that, and we're just going to do the standard 5e long rest.
Just hearing a little bit of background noise, just FYI.
Is that...
Sorry, I might be moving, and it might be picking up. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. Don't we have a map, don't we?
Yes.
We do indeed.
Okay, so maybe we can like look at the map and see. where we want to go, I guess.
And so, working with the hunters, they've
we're
kind.
heading to the cave.
Yep.
Oh, you know what would be great? Is you have it right there. Beautiful. Okay.
Let's see here. For some reason,
It's very dark.
yeah, it should be. Oh well, you've got the whole map.
Yeah. Hey, big bucks for that. Beautiful.
You know,
You
you've got
read
the
my
map.
mind.
Yep. Yep, right in there. That is where they pointed out, and we're taking you towards.
Okay. So Mira, it looks like we can perhaps, and I'll turn to the hunters. Do you think it's best if we just follow the river and then cross at the bridge and cut across the woods, perhaps, over to that cavern?
Okay. I'm sorry, just to make sure I hear this right. So we're gonna cross the river and basically make our way up to the cave. I'm sorry.
Not cross the river. I mean, cross it, but over the bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's what I'm...
Okay. Well, yeah, exactly
Okay.
that.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay. And Valis looks to the hunters. Does that sound like a plan to you, or do you guys know a better route?
No, really, that would be the better route. Normally, we make a trip from Valakay to Kresk in one day, and then in the morning we set out from Kresk. But seeing as we're here, nope, that makes sense.
Okay.
Traveling through the woods along the river, we still might come into some things.
No doubt about it. So best stay prepared. I know you guys are good at are very perceptive and can keep a lookout, and I will as well.
Okay. Well then, we should keep moving.
All right, let's do this. You ready, Mira?
Yep, as I'll ever be.
Okay.
All right. Well then, heading off into the woods, leaving this woman with the tower, you begin your advance forward. If I can go ahead and get perception checks from you guys as well as from the hunters.
I don't see the hunters. Oh, under NPC.
Yeah.
There we go.
I got a 22.
You high rollers. Holy cow.
Yeah, for real. Not bad.
Jeez.
I was about to say, we was about to fight if he rolled the lowest.
He did roll the lowest.
No, but like, if it was a bad roll, I mean...
Alright. Well, you guys are able to definitely and quickly move about, keeping an eye open and ears alert to whatever happenings there might be. As you find your way over to the bridge, The sounding of the water rushing greets your ears as you approach, seeing that the bridge is quite sturdy, made out of stone, not too wide though, as it only really grants probably enough room for a carriage and a half to cross at a time. But for people who are walking, there's plenty of space.
Okay.
But making your way across, and up ahead is the forest. Dark and misty, looming overhead. Heading off in the direction of what you've come to expect to be the werewolf den.
Okay. It might be best if we follow the river once again and the shore of the lake, and not cut straight through the woods. I don't know what you all think about that. But at least we'll have our backs to the water, and won't be ambushed as easily, perhaps.
I think that's a good idea.
We might have to stay at the tower more often.
Oh, how do you mean, Evgeny?
Well, we do hunting out in these woods. Well, I mean, you've got a great idea of you got water to your back, you don't have wolves to your back.
Indeed. And it seems not to. It seems like it wouldn't be too much longer. Might lose some time, but seems to lead pretty close to the cavern. What a great map.
I know,
Right.
I love
Shall
this
we
map.
set forth? Yeah. I'm glad I bought this map. Yes.
Just a quick question, because I don't remember this little detail.
No
Did
worries.
we have breakfast?
You would have
Did
had
we
some sort of
eat?
meal, yes.
Okay.
Very important. Asking the big questions.
Because I'm thinking, like, should we maybe stop in the town before we decide to just go trekking to this place, like, to make sure we have
we're far away.
necessary things, or...
We're very far away from town. That's why we spent the night at the tower. Yeah. I'm sorry that Mira has a hankering for meat pies, but yeah.
I don't want to talk about them.
Alright. Yeah, you guys would have had some roasted wolf last night and probably tonight, or in the morning.
Delish.
At least you would have 100% known it was wolf because 1, you killed it, and 2, you watched them cook it. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better wolf than those meat pies. True that.
I love how the freaking meat pies keep catching freaking stray.
Oh. As you guys begin moving your way along the water, keeping an eye towards the forest, even though normally this could be a peaceful place, it just feels tense. You feel almost on edge the whole time, knowing that there is something, some sort of predator out there, waiting and expecting. As you make your way around the edge of the lake, up towards this mountainside.
Mm-hmm.
As you finally make your way to where you feel you're about where you need to be. Let's actually go ahead and get a survival check from somebody in the group.
You said survival?
Yeah.
Can we help each other?
Yeah?
I'm actually proficient in it.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, I did terrible too. There you go.
You both rolled a 3. It's just different modifiers. Yep, looking at it, comparing the map to the landmarks you're seeing, it looks right around here that you should be able to head towards the mountain and find what it is you're looking for.
You see Val is kind of spinning in a circle and is like, that's the way. He goes on, sets forth into the woods.
As you all begin to head out into the woods, let's see here. Where'd that journal go? Where did it go? Oh, there we go. You hear sounds of movement out in the branches.
You hear that?
Yep, I hear it.
Stay on your guard.
Way ahead of you. And this is as she like has a hand on her sword.
Sorry, what was that?
I said, Mira would respond like basically like I'm way ahead of you as she's holding onto her sword. Like basically
okay.
she's ready to draw if needed.
Okay.
Looking out, you finally see something more solid moving. As you see branches behind a bush shifting. The twigs up above kind of sticking up and out.
I'll ask the hunters. You know these woods. Do you know what that is? Is that a creature familiar to you?
Oh. Doesn't look like a creature to me. It looks more like bush, but something's causing it to move. Hard to tell what.
Okay. And Valis will call out in Sylvan. There's his, because he's the hermit. Where does it show my languages? There we go. Oh, it doesn't. I can't click on it.
So in the bottom right corner of the chat log, you can click on where it says common and change it down to whatever language.
I'll say that in Sylvan. Whatever it looks like to you. A strange language. It almost sounds Elvish, but it's even more primitive.
Let's see here. I know there is. Oh wow! I'm actually surprised it's not in here. As a being looks up. The being doesn't look to be too much bigger than yourselves, though it is just caked in this dark gray matter, grayish brown really, and the only thing you can really make out are the eyes as you see whites to them. But there's twigs and fur all over this being as it stands up and looks at the group of you.
I'll wave at it with no weapon in my hand, and we come in peace, I'll say in Sylvan. We wish no fight. Are these your woods?
As you start speaking to it, it quickly starts to run off, heading into the north.
Do any of us, I guess we all got a clear look at it at this point. Do any, Valis will turn to our party. Do any of us know what that was?
Well,
Would I know?
you guys are welcome to make a nature check.
Okay.
I'm not good at that.
And just for your characters. The other two, I've already got some ideas for them. Thankfully, you guys both would know that that was definitively not a werewolf. It was kind of awkward because it would almost remind you of how a monkey ran.
Weird.
Interesting.
But Mira, you've kind of heard stories growing up of like beings that kind of grow up isolated from civilization, that are usually never ever seen, though they've talked about. And they can go by many different names. Sasquatch, Bigfoot, Yetis, abominable people. It's possible as one of them.
Okay. Yeah, Mira would definitely relay that information to the group. Like, basically, I'm not quite sure if that's what we saw, but I did hear stories when I was younger that there were beings that existed who looked, or at least resembled, this particular creature that we came across.
Oh, and what is the name of this creature?
There's different names that it goes by. Yeti, Sasquatch, Bigfoot at some point.
Oh,
Yeah,
a
things
creature,
along
many
those
names. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like it's did not attack us, so that's a good sign. I do not wish to harm it if it wishes us no harm. Can continue on our mission to the cave.
I would say still stay on your guard. Those
course.
beings have grown to be accustomed to living by themselves for a very, very long time.
Well, I can relate to that. But Valis nods, taking your advice, and turns to the hunters. Shall we continue?
Of course. As you begin to make your way over to the mountains, looking out, you catch the distinct look of a cave that is being described to you by the hunters. and it definitely does match the description as you look out and see what looks like a wolf head sticking out of the mountainside.
Ah, we are here. From the outside, does it look like we see any activity, any fresh tracks or anything like that?
You would still be a good distance away, as you still have a little bit more traveling to get there. But looking around, go ahead and do a your choice, survival or investigation. Okay, 16. Looking around, you do find that there are many wolf prints. Also 16. Looking at them, you would notice that there are some that are fresher than others. So it seems this area is quite active with wolves.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, tread carefully, but let us go ahead. Okay.
As you begin to march your way up this mountainside into the cold, approaching this wolf-like face, not only does it have the face, but it also has the teeth that are buried slightly underneath the snow and jutting out from the ceiling of the mouth as you make your way onto the scene.
Okay.
Let's see here. And we'll also get those two somewhere.
Stupid me. I realized I picked prepared a spell that requires a material component that I don't have.
Oh, what is
It's
it?
all good. Augury? I'll find some bones later.
Yeah, you'll never find bones in this place. Let's see here. Augury. Oh, okay. Yeah, worth a value of 25 gold. Yeah.
Maybe I come across some in the cave. It's all good.
Right. As you guys start exploring onwards, you see just at the entrance of this maw of a cave that there's the wolf's head makes like a canopy opening over the opening where pillars of rock hold up the roof.
Ooh. Does it look sturdy? Like stable?
It looks stable, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll cast light.
Actually, looking into the cave, you see that there are torches lit.
Ooh. Okay. I guess there's people here, or things here. And I'll tap Mira on the shoulder and say, tread carefully. Give her a blessing of the trickster.
So.
And,
My brain completely blanked on me. I apologize.
No worries. So now that you have advantage on stealth checks, is there something you would like to do? Or anything you would like to do?
Check before I make any decisions. I don't want to use up an action. Because part of me is thinking like maybe I could try to detect magic to see there's anything nearby or something like that.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I was thinking I could either do that or just go ahead and like basically go take a look at things, like go up ahead just a little bit, just to
Okay.
Well, you can ask. It's not a bad idea, but if you want to question ask the party that, Valis would respond.
yeah.
Valis would say we should stay close. I don't want us to split too far apart. I can try my best to stay quiet as well. And he points to his breastplates and he gestures to the hunters. I think they can maybe stalk behind us a little bit.
Alright. And then in that case, I can try to see if I can sense anything as we go along.
Okay. So are you ritual casting detect magic and then sneaking up, or?
I'm gonna stay with the group, but I'm saying like if we, like as we're walking, maybe as we're walking further into the cave, she would try to cast it if possible.
Okay. Well then, as you start moving in from between the teeth, up ahead, you see on a raised platform, the cave splitting into two. You see standing there two feral-looking women wearing shredded clothing as they clutch spears.
Yikes.
Okay.
And do they see us?
They are looking in your direction as you make your way as you make your way into the opening of the cave.
Yeah, I'm sure. There's no way sneaking past them. I'll hold up my hand, kind of motioning for the party to stop. I just will observe those women carefully. Do they look like they will attack, or do they look like they're seeing us but staying just on guard?
Right now, as they stand there, they keep talking to each other as they turn their heads, but their eyes keep to stay focused on you as a group. Apparently they're having a quiet conversation regarding you individuals.
Okay. Mira, what do you make of this? And I'll also ask the hunters.
Not to joke at such a serious time, but no sudden movements, I suppose.
As both hunters have arrows notched in their bows.
Yeah.
Alice will give a nod.
Yeah.
Sorry, just out of character, Sean. What was the mission to go to this cave again?
So the very first thing you got for this cave, there was a young boy whose name was Kellen, the blacksmith's son, who had been taken by the wolves, or by the werewolves. And so one of your guys' quest was to come, find, and retrieve Kellen if you could.
Okay. So Valos will nod at Mira, and he'll start walking up ahead, but very slowly, holding his weaponless hand up again as he walks forward. And I'll whisper back behind me, stay behind. Or you can follow me, but stay behind me. And I'll stop a short distance and call out to the woman on the scaffold on the platform. Oh there. We come and search for a young boy.
Well, we might have a few of them with us.
I'm looking for a very specific boy, but Val is he's got his mask up so you don't see his emotions underneath. We're looking for Kellen. I
Kellen.
ask that you return him. Okay, sorry.
Oh, you want him returned?
Indeed.
He hasn't finished his training yet, so he needs to stay. In fact, why don't you join us?
Training, you say? What sort?
Oh, just a little something before we let him run off to have his fun.
Okay. Now, we'll say, I'm afraid that cannot be so. He will not be completing his training with you. And with that, he's going to he's going to cast spiritual weapon. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably going to set off initiative. Yep.
Initiative. Alright, so if I can get you guys to roll your initiative.
Okay.
Oh, sweet. We got the heads up display again.
Yep. Trying to think which one. Oh, yep, the Argon. Yep.
And then do we roll for the NPCs as well, or?
Yes, please.
Just click the dice. That's not good.
And then just need Yevgeny.
Yep. And you said just click the D20, right?
Yep, the D20 in the initiative or the combat tracker.
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna use the restroom real quick.
Yep, no worries.
Okay.
You're pretty low on the initiative.
D20.
So if you go to the combat tracker where it's got the cross swords, you can click on the icon for the D20 and it'll roll their initiative. There we go.
Interesting.
With that, let's get this one going. As this first woman, spear in hand, is going to raise it up. Well, Valis has been the voice, so they will go ahead and throw their spear out at Valis. that will miss. As you see their form begin to morph as they jump down to be in front of the platform. Alright. Yevgeny. Bow is drawn and at the ready.
Yep. So... I'm thinking maybe he could basically try to run to Valus's. Maybe like just a little further. I guess to try to slash at the first werewolf. If possible.
Do it up. Evgeny is brave and bold. Alice just looks at his dark, long hair flowing as he rushes into battle.
Not me forgetting he has a bow. Okay.
Yeah, he had it drawn and ready, so.
Would you rather have shot the bow?
Yeah, I think that might be the safest bet.
Yeah.
But, he's still gonna like stay. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's where he started. So.
Okay. Yeah. Wait. Select it. Yeah. Oh my god! Please. Damn it. Okay. I'm gonna use the longbow for him.
Nice. Ooh, big damage.
Yep. And
he's got 2 attacks, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does he? Oh, perfect.
Multi-attack.
Oh man. Well, I was gonna.
Yep. So you can make.
So wait, do I am I able to?
Yeah, you can do a second.
Other one and...
Yep.
Okay.
As 2 arrows are let loose, following the werewolf jumping down. As the second one flies past and clatters against the stones. Alright. Unless he's going to move, which you probably wouldn't, that's going to bring up Zoldar. So, Felix.
Oh, sorry. Zoldar wakes up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's me," and shoots his longbow at him. But it's not doing it. So let me just use the character sheet instead.
Fun.
Let's use the character sheet. No, it's not doing it.
What the heck? Let's see here. Ranged weapon attack, dexterity.
Oh, that was a short sword.
I see it come through as the longbow.
Oh, weird. Should I just refresh or something, or?
I don't know.
What do you see, Chiani?
Yeah, it just says that it came up under the longbow as well.
Longbow? You see longbow?
Yeah, like the attack was 11 and misses, and then like if you push if you did the short sword after that, like it just says short sword, it doesn't show anything.
Oh, she sees short sword as well.
Yeah, I see the short sword, but I don't see any rolls for it.
Yep, same here.
Okay. Alright, so there's one longbow. Hey.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
It worked. Okay. Let's try it again. Yeah. Good job, Soulstorm.
As 2 arrows quickly follow suit, this werewolf is now looking injured, as it's got 3 arrows that have stuck into it. With that, that'll be their turn, as this other woman up on the platform lets out a growl as the 2 other individuals have made themselves known. Valis, they really did not care for you calling them out and asking about the boy, as she launches her spear at you. Why was it at disadvantage? Oh, distance. As they are going to also transform into their werewolf hybrid form, jump down, and run at you. That is going to be their turn. Mira.
Okay. Considering how close this wolf is, I think Mira will use, like she's going to, basically swing at it, like take a swing with her sword.
Sounds good. Your +1 rapier.
What?
Well, getting it out of the scabbard seemed to be a little tricky.
That was disgusting. Oh my! I'm disappointed in you.
As you were not quite yet ready for the quick approach of this werewolf. All right.
Horrified. Will vicious mockery affect? No, that's an action.
Yep.
Forget I said anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's by the way though, that is a very good. I don't know, is it okay if I give you some advice, or
Yeah.
could also so your rapier, what stat it uses is dexterity, and what your spells use is charisma. And if you take a look at your character sheet, what you worked on was mostly charisma. So your attacks might hit more often using your spells. Just FYI.
Okay.
So, all right, Valis.
Okay. Valis is oh, how nice of you to come up to me. And what he's going to do is he's going to cast Shield of Faith on himself first.
Okay.
Actually, does he even really care about that? Screw that. He doesn't. Screw that. He doesn't need defense. He's gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just fuck these guys up. What happened there? The work? Yeah. Okay, and a Spiritual Weapon is indeed going to oh, it's weird. It's giving me like Spiritual Weapon things to do. That is so weird.
Hmm?
When I click on Spiritual Weapon, it actually puts me as a character or something of it.
Oh, I put down a character for it.
Okay.
I still need to input the attacks with it though.
Okay. There we go.
Nice.
Badly wounded.
Whew.
Okay. But he's kind of far from me. But let's just do Toll the Dead on him. I cantrip.
Yep, sounds good.
So 1.
And
Okay.
yeah. Oh wait, hold on a second. Oh, I think I. Oh, undo that. Trying to see here. Oh, interesting. Roll a d12 for me if you would, because it rolled a d8.
Okay. Sweet.
All right, so 6
That's
more.
more like it.
All right. They are not looking too good. Let's see here.
I'll shout out behind me. Focus down the injured one.
Yep.
1d8 plus 4 is force. What's your attack roll bonus on your spiritual weapon? 6. Got it.
Yep, that's correct.
Alright, with that is Valis. This werewolf who is greatly injured is going to go ahead and charge forward at Valis. I think we've said that spiritual weapon would provoke at that point, so if you want to use your reaction to use that.
It will indeed. Ooh.
Oh, slashing into this werewolf as it quickly runs up to you, howling in pain. They are going to then launch a few attacks at you. As it's going to slash at you and then bite at you. Oof. As that is going to miss. Lunging forward, snapping at their jaws. They are not able to get a hold of you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click on that.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine. You can damage yourself 22 hit damage. Take half your hit points away.
Oh man.
I undid it for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, 22 is a bit much. Alright, Yevgeny.
Okay. I got this.
You got it.
I can do this.
You can do it.
Alright, so considering the fact that, so the injured wolf is much closer now, right?
Yep, it's on the other side of Valis.
Okay. If Yanni is going to be one brave bastard and run up to this thing,
Okay.
Oh shit.
wait, I got this. Okay.
Get him.
He's just gonna run up and he's gonna use his the short sword and slash at it because, you know, leave my comrade alone.
Ooh, nice.
And I end my turn.
Alright.
Yeah.
Driving the sword to the hilt inside the werewolf's chest as he drives it down to the ground. Alright, Soldar.
Okay, Solar will draw his bow, and then pull back on a string and let loose an arrow. He is not brave as Yevgeny. You see, he is not as accurate either. There we go. Alright, and that is it for Yevgeny.
Okay. I'm assuming that was it
Or,
for Soldar.
Zolzar. Yep, sorry.
Werewolf. Ooh. Few options. is going to slash at Valis before biting at Mira. Oof.
You son of a bitch. I didn't even do anything.
As the claws just rake past Valis, causing enough of a distraction as it lunges forward, biting at Mira.
Ow.
As the teeth sink in to the shoulder. Mira, if I can get a Constitution saving throw from you.
Constitution saving.
You'll find the D20 in the chat box on the right there.
Alright, and then I think my Constitution is supposed to be a +2.
So in the chat log, there's a little thing that says Constitution saving throw, and then to the right of where it shows Mira, there's a D20. If you click that, it'll auto apply effects and whatnot.
Okay.
There we go. And that is a save.
Nice.
Should be full damage though. Yep. Because yep, it's full damage.
So since it bit into me, would I be able to use one of my reactions?
It's when you hold on. There we go. There's where you're supposed to be. Your reactions, there you might have a reaction if something does damage to you. It would depend on what it reads.
Okay.
I think
Which
it's
reaction is it?
if you're looking at cutting words.
Yeah.
As a reaction when a creature that you can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, you can expend one use of Bardic die and subtract that number from the creature's roll. And just because of how Foundry works, normally it's before you know the result, but obviously you already know the result because it's automated. So I'm throwing that last line out the window. So if you want to use your reaction, you can.
And cutting words can do damage, right?
It can reduce the amount of damage. It can reduce the number on the attack roll, or it can reduce the number on an ability check.
Okay, then yeah. I'll save it for another time then.
Okay.
Okay. I think that would have been a good choice. But...
I'm sorry.
Hey,
No, it's all good. It's your character, so.
You're the character that took the damage.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't apologize to me.
Alright. Your turn, Mira.
Hey, I'm back.
Oh, most definitely, because I'm petty. So let's see. Since you want to take a bite out of me, let's see.
I do my own bite attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. See, why not?
I have silver fillings. Sucka.
This is where I learned that Mira is Dampier.
Right.
Imagine. Every time you come, it's fine. Let's see. I'm gonna do vicious mockery because what the fuck?
Okay.
You know.
Oh. Okay.
Son of a bitch. Alright.
It's okay. I get him.
I used up my fucking action. Never mind. Yep, it's cool.
Alright. Valis.
Except why you have Bardic Inspiration as your bonus action. But
Yep, you
okay,
can.
Ballast is not going to move. He's just going to bring the sword down over here.
Oh, perfect. It does move.
And flank him.
All right, and you do get a +2 on your attack roll. 12 still misses. Yep.
Okay. But if Ballast attacks him from here, he doesn't get the flank, right?
You still do.
Oh, I still do.
Yep.
Excellent. So Ballast is going to cast Primal Savagery.
Okay.
Oof.
Minimal
That's
damage.
weak roll. Yeah. Okay. That's it for Valis.
All right, Yevgeny.
Okay. Once again, being the brave bastard that he is, Yevgeny's going to run over.
Okay. Do it up.
Okay. I'm just gonna come over here and we're gonna use our short sword.
Make sure you're targeting the werewolf and not Yevgeny.
No.
As you attack yourself.
Oh no.
We're gonna undo that. A 13 does hit the werewolf, and will do damage. Alright.
Okay.
There we go. Did the damage to the werewolf.
Okay, cool.
He does have a second attack.
And same thing, just
Targeting the werewolf. Alright.
Nice. Good damage.
2 solid attacks as he runs around, slashes into it. Who knew Yevgeny was a frontline fighter? Alright. Zoldar!
Zoldar, obviously not as brave, but he'll take a couple shots here.
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with pot shots.
Ooh, good damage.
Oh yeah.
And a second shot.
Oof.
ooh.
Consistent on the damage.
Ooh.
Well done, Zoldar.
I'm loving this. Good. Ooh.
Now it's his turn.
Alright. Yep, as they let out a howl in pain, as they are just going to unleash on Yevgeny. Slashing, gnawing. As the bite finds purchase, I need a Constitution saving throw for Yevgeny.
Oh no.
Why did it hold him like this? Why? Oh no.
As the bite rips into him, he is not doing good. He should be at 7. Alright. There we go. And with that, it is Mira's turn.
Okay, first things first. You son of a fucking bitch! Okay. Is this one targeted? Yes, it is. Alright, cool. Vera is going to use her sword. Oh, wait. Did I hit?
Nope, you missed.
No. I hope I have a... Wait. What does Bardic Inspiration do again?
So, if someone has Bardic Inspiration, they can use it to roll a Bardic Inspiration die, which increases as you level up, and add that to any d20 check. So, saving throws, ability checks, attack rolls, saving throws.
Can I add that to the slash?
Yeah, and it needs to. They need to have Bardic Inspiration before they roll the 20 or the d20.
Okay.
So, yeah, usually they give someone inspiration beforehand.
Yeah, and you can't use it on yourself. You can't give yourself.
Okay.
You can't be like, "Let's go, Mira," and then attack. I don't think so. Is that correct?
Let's see here. Yep. Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action, a creature other than yourself. So, within 60 feet hears you and gains an inspiration die for 10 minutes.
And
So, yep. Whatever you want to do right now. Right now, your inspiration die is a D6. So.
D6. Okay. I was gonna say, like, if I can't use the bardic inspiration, then would I be able to use healing word as an alternative instead?
Yeah.
For the bonus action.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
make sure you're not healing the werewolf.
Yep, I do.
I mean,
it's gonna...
you could.
Yeah, but see, nobody's done anything to me, so, and also I value myself, so, yeah, so I'm going to heal Benny.
Max heal.
Nice. Well done.
Alright. And unless you want to move, it'll be Valis' turn.
Okay. Alice is gonna come in with the spiritual weapon, floats over. It's a dagger, tries to slide through his armor. Got him. Okay. And then Alex will raise his hand and turns into a claw and brings it down on him. Oh.
Yeah.
12 misses.
Yep, 12 misses.
Okay, that's it for Alice. Come on, Yevgeny. You can finish him off.
Clerical inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
We're just gonna bring down this short sword. It better hit us. Yes!
Nice.
Oh, minimum damage.
Oh,
It's something. That's all I care about.
That's
do it
true.
again.
Oh, wait. I can do it again. Move! Okay.
Oof.
Oh,
That is disgusting. That, okay. It's cool. It's cool.
Alright. With that, further in the cave, you hear a howl.
Oh, hell.
Zoldar.
come on, Zoldar. Please, for the love of God.
Please.
Oh, man!
The sound of a wolf's howl has him concerned as he's now looking about as that echo reverberated out of the mouth of this cave.
Those are focus!
For reals. Steady your nerves, Zoldar.
Seeing as you've tried slashing at it with your own claw, the werewolf launches itself into you.
Ooh. A hit.
And there's the damage.
Oof.
The ribs the claws catching you in the ribs, and the bite sinking in a bit.
Nasty.
And if I can get a Constitution saving throw. So it'll just be the D20 in the chat log. There we go. 20. Alright. Just gonna do that. There we go.
What do I do? 2 con saves?
Nope. I rolled that other... Yeah, you're not concentrating on a spell, so...
Okay.
I I rolled the one up there because of the automation tied to it.
Gotcha.
Um,
That was a hefty hit.
yep. It felt quite critical. With that, Mira, it is your turn.
Am I able to use healing word again, or?
Yes. Yep, it's a new turn.
Okay, cool. Just gonna hold on. Dallas and cast that. Okay.
Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Max healing twice in a row?
Yeah.
What's
Fucking
up
awesome.
with this?
Wait, where are these rolls when I need to attack someone? Like,
Well,
Hey, I'll take a healing. That's pretty good too.
yeah.
and then I'm gonna focus back on the wolf.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, you're just getting the same number.
Yeah, exactly. It's just in reverse, you know?
Either way, you know, what the hell is my? Okay. I wonder. I haven't used my dagger yet, so I'm gonna try that. I hate it here. Okay. I end my turn. Where's my charger?
That's gonna bring up Valis.
Alright.
This werewolf has lasted quite a while being greatly
Yeah.
injured.
Bring you down now. Oh, man.
Oh,
This is crazy. Kind of savage. There we go.
oh. As they look
Still
to
alive?
they look to be on death's door.
Oh my god. Alright.
Oh, Yevgeny.
Finish him, Yevgeny.
I'm here. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder if you're gonna be gone for a little bit looking for that charger.
No. My bag's right here. I just can't find the cord.
Ugh.
Okay. Okay. Considering how close he is to the wolf, we're just gonna take another slash.
There we go, that's enough to kill it off.
Yes.
Finally. My god. Fucking wolf.
No, for real. Like,
There's another in the shadows.
where?
Valis points to the northeast.
Where you can see some wolves that look like they're ready to pounce. They do not look to be happy.
Oh, hello there. Okay. Oh,
More pelts for you, Yevgeny.
Alright, well, considering the fact that there is one more attack that we can do, I'm gonna use the longbow. Pray to God it hit.
Launching an arrow further down the cave at the wolf in the lead.
Ah! It was worth a shot. I got nothing left. Alright.
With that, the wolves you see are going to move back.
I know, don't run away now.
With that, we're going to end combat.
Ooh. How is everybody looking?
That is the question of the day. Let's see. I have a couple of boo-boos, but I'll be alright. maybe.
Should we take a short rest outside these caves before we venture in deeper? Seems like we've beaten them back for now.
I think that'd be best. We can do that.
Okay. Alice will go down and tell Solstar, the hunters, to stand watch because they look pretty good. They look all right. As Valis tries to take a brief respite with Ira.
You want to kill two of theirs and just wait around?
They come to us. Just train your bows into these caves, and
we don't have the lake behind us. We don't know what's out there. There might be more.
It is true. We're just at the entrance. More might come. Okay, Mira, I think we're going to have to heal ourselves and venture in. Make haste. So, Alice will cast Cure Wounds on himself. He would advise Mira to do the same. The Cure Wounds, if you have it, is much more powerful than the Healing Word.
I'm seeing some. Of course, I don't have Cure Wounds. Why would I have that? Alright.
Well, your Healing Word is even more powerful than my Cure Wounds, so I think you should be okay.
I know, max healing every time so far.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And then I'll advise. Yeah, it's still pretty good though.
Yep.
But then I'll advise everybody, stay back. Let me take the floor. I should be okay. All right. And I'll give the blessing of the trickster to Mira again.
Yep.
And we'll venture carefully into the caves.
Alright.
Since we're not really trying to sneak too much, I'll just cast light on myself.
Okay. Giving yourself ample light as you move into this space.
Saw them move to the west. Let's pursue them.
Yep.
Oh shit. I see a bunch of them.
What?
As you get an angle, you see that there's another ledge up ahead, but before you reach that, off in a little alcove where there's a smoldering campfire, you see there are many wolves, all of them standing at the ready, as an old man kind of holding himself up cackles. When Kirill returns, he'll skin you alive.
I don't know who that is, but I would love to see them try.
He was the werewolf with the golden eyes.
Oh.
And with that, some of the wolves begin to move forward. And with that, we'll go back into rolling initiative.
Oh, Mira, stay back. Oh my god.
Oh, wait, I was trying to.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh my god.
It's okay. Thankfully, I rolled good this time.
I only have a few tokens to roll for, so it should be pretty quick. Hey, 2 good rolls for you.
Yep.
6, 9, 10. I'll just pelt the screen with dice.
Why are there so many?
Alright, just needing your rolls, Gianni.
So, how do I do it again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, so in the combat tracker, where it's got the swords crossed,
Oh, right.
you can also right-click that, and it'll pop it out into this little window within Foundry.
Okay.
Alright, Yevgeny.
Yeah.
Ooh, Mira, very nice.
Interesting.
With that, we begin combat once more. This little fella, he's going to quickly dash into the fray, charging at Valis. And they are going to bite at you. Lunging forward, missing, snapping. Soldar.
Solar is going to draw his bow, shoot at this wolf twice. Nice.
Two quick shots, taking the wolf down. Alright, anything else?
That is it for Solar.
Alright. Wolf number 25. Not really, but feels like it. Is going to charge out. I'm just going to remove that, otherwise he's going to get clogged up. And is also going to take a bite at Valis, as that's the only individual he can reach. Just nipping at your heels, missing away. Mira. You may or may not have picked up a spell that would be very, very powerful in this area.
There's so many.
This one goes boom boom.
All of her spells go boom boom.
Yeah, exactly.
I think he's referring to your latest boom boom spell, though.
Yeah.
What, shatter?
Yeah. Where it's away from everybody, but you have you see 2 individuals or 2 wolves right now up ahead. You got this one and this one.
Perfect. Okay.
Oh, you don't have to target
Do it.
them because the template should auto target them.
Yeah.
Okay.
The area of effect spell.
Yeah, so once you place that template,
Oh, this should be okay, right?
yeah.
Nice hit. Ooh.
Lots
Good.
of damage. Let's see, that's 3 times 14 is 42 points of damage
For each, or just
in total.
like- okay.
Because 2 failed, so they took the full 14, and the other 2 succeeded, so they took 7.
Okay.
But yep, 1 strike, 42 points of damage.
Alice, are you injured? Any chance?
Just barely.
Oh.
Just a flesh wound.
Okay.
And you also can't cast 2-leveled spells at once, so
That is true.
Right.
the only thing you can probably do right now is a bardic inspiration.
Yep.
But whatever you want.
Okay. Well, in that case, I shall do that because you need all the luck in the world. Why not? Okay. There's a lot of stuff I have open. I'm sorry.
All right. So target Valis and then do your bardic inspiration.
Yep. Okay. I cast bardic inspiration. Go forth and be great.
Valis, you see his chest puff up as he feels inspired.
Great. Okay. There's the inspiration. Here comes the wolf. They are going to... They're not going to be too dumb about this. They're going to climb up the stairs. Oh, and they're not going to be able to jump down and get anybody. Well, I guess they could climb up to the stairs and then jump down, trying to attack Valis. Okay.
Come at me, bro.
Yep, they're just gonna do it. Oh, I forget. You have stupid high AC as a cleric.
Dude.
As they bite away at you. Getting close, but not quite landing a blow. Let's see.
Alright. How do I use that inspiration?
Any D20
just click
roll.
on it.
Oh,
I have to click on it beforehand or afterward, after the roll? I can do it after the roll, right?
So it says for 10 minutes the creature can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. This can be added after seeing the roll but before knowing the outcome. With how Foundry works, you know the outcome almost immediately. So I'm tossing that line out the window.
Okay.
So yeah, basically anytime you roll a d20,
Foundry should have the option to do the attack and damage. I'm very sure about that.
It does, but because of how I've got it set up, yeah.
Okay.
I do believe that there is a thing from Tasha's where you can use your bardic inspiration for damage and healing as well, but I'm not 100% on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
That's massive. Okay. That's... Well, maybe look that up after the game, I guess. I will first do a primal savagery at this injured wolf on top of the platform.
Okay.
It's 18. Oh, it popped up.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Well, that takes care of that for me.
Ooh. And I could have added damage to that. We'll figure that out later. And then, well, you know, I don't want to just keep using my level 2 slots. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna get dumber with my AC. And do I want to do that? I'm gonna cast Shield of the spiritual weapon. I can take him out, perhaps.
Okay. My question is, how long does spiritual weapon last? A minute. Okay, so yeah.
A minute.
I would say you've probably got 2 rounds with it currently remaining.
Oh, I still have it with me. Okay. All right.
I'm going to
It's
say you
fair.
got 2 rounds. So this round and the next
Okay.
round.
All right. Well, unfortunately, it doesn't look like I can flank with it. But so I'll just attack with it right
Okay.
now.
Let's see.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
And you needed flanking for what?
Yeah. And that would be my second. That would be my second inspiration. So can I give that one to
Yes.
somebody else?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna give it to Evgeny. And I'll be like, shoot them true. Um, and that is my turn. I'm just gonna stand strong here.
Okay. Alright, so I did find it. Magical inspiration. If a creature has bardic inspiration die, from you, and cast a spell, so it has to be a spell attack, that restores hit points or deals damage, the creature can roll that die and choose a target affected by the spell.
That works very well for us.
Right. Add the number rolled as a bonus to the hit points regained or damage dealt. The bardic inspiration
That's
die is then
awesome.
lost.
Wow, bardic inspiration is really strong now. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Alright. This wolf. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Yevgeny. Just to make it easier, I'm going to go ahead and say you need to use your inspiration die on this attack or the second attack.
No.
That way, they don't end up losing it because
Yeah.
whatever.
Also, I think you have to call it before you use it. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that basically lets you roll with advantage.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. I'm not quite sure how to apply it.
So, just hold Alt when you click roll damage or roll attack.
Or even if you don't, it'll give you the option. It'll have a button saying normal or advantage. You've been probably clicking normal most of the time.
Okay. Alright, so considering his position all the way in the back, he's going to use his longbow on this one standing closest to Valis. And we're just going to roll.
Okay.
I meant to add advantage to that. Okay.
Go ahead and roll another d20. So let's see. See if you get that natural 20.
Alright, so just offhand.
Yep. So it's just the bottom right, right above where it says roll. There's a singular die. Click on that and then hit roll.
Sorry. Okay. Bottom right. Dice. 20. Roll.
There you go. Oh, same number.
Interesting.
Okay, sometimes it works like that.
Yep.
First shot, finding itself embedded in the wolf. Second shot.
Alright.
Yeah.
Second shot. We're going for the longbow once again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh, I killed it.
Yep. Building up a small wall of wolves in front of Valis.
As we should.
More pelts for you.
Okay. This one here. They actually can, so they are going to charge forward at Valis. They're going to take their attack. Oof. Snapping quickly and harshly. Unable to land a blow. This one further back is also going to make the run. And they're going to squeeze through so that they can take an attack at Mira.
What? Okay.
Just chomping in, getting a bite on her.
Alright. As a reaction. Yeah.
As they lunge forward to bite at you, I need a strength saving throw there in the chat log. As you're able to hold it back from knocking you down to the ground.
So what's up, bitch?
Stay strong, Mira. Shit, here comes the big guy.
You see hobbling into an opening with his using a spear almost as if a walking stick. Seeing the three of you, and a bit of a fourth, they're going to launch the spear. Valis, as you have seemed to be the threat, you're the one that they throw it at. But it's to no avail as they shift. That is going to bring up the last one. As it rushes out, steps before you, Valis. This is going to nip away at you, trying to bite you.
Ooh, hits.
Finally getting a hold of your legs, yanking on you. Just need a strength saving throw.
Oh shit, I rolled pretty low there. I don't even think a bardic can do it, so.
Oof. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't think a bardic was going to help you too much as they pull your feet out from underneath you and you find yourself on your back, prone.
Okay. I'm very lucky that I hit up before they attack again.
Right. Alright, Zoldar.
Zoldar, he's gonna aim at the injured one.
Okay.
Is there any cover or anything like that on that one?
Nope, he's got full line of sight on that one.
Okay, take a shot. Misses. Second shot. There we go.
Yep, that one will hit.
Alright. Ends his turn. Actually, can he climb up onto the platform here?
Most
No.
definitely. It's only 5 feet.
Okay.
So, there's 10 feet of movement for him.
Alright, perfect. And he has got a long bow, so he's got some good range. He's gonna back up a little bit more. And that's his
Okay.
turn.
Alright. Valis.
Okay. Oh no, Mira.
Oh, Mira, sorry. I'm not used to people hitting the next, so it's kind of nice.
Nope, it's fine. Is one of the wolves holding on to Valis?
No. The one that's in front of him just pulled his feet out from underneath him, and looks like it's ready to launch into more attacks on him. But that is it.
Okay. Okay, well, let's keep that from happening. Let's see. What do I have in my arsenal? That is the question. I could do shatter again. I could. Is it going to injure my friend? So that is the question. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take so long.
You You don't have to apologize. It's all good. You're just learning the game.
Yep.
It's all good.
And Cloud of Daggers is likely to hurt anyone that is quite literally near me, so we're not even gonna do that.
Yeah. Shatter, you could strategically place it. You just have to be very careful with it. Let's see, 10 foot. I'm just going to create a 10-foot template, and I'll move it around so you can kind of get an idea of what it would look like. Right here, you would get the 3 wolves and just miss Valis.
Okay.
And so that's that intersection right there.
Alright.
Let me ping. Oh, I gotta switch over to that. That would be this intersection right here that you place it.
Where at? I'm sorry.
Right. Yep, right there.
Right there. Okay. So I shall cast Shatter once again.
Down a little bit. There you go.
Mm-hmm. And here's just gonna look to Valis and just tell him like, watch out or be careful.
Cover your ears.
As she's casting it. Yeah.
Oof.
Nice.
I hate that the other two succeeded, but that's just okay.
Well, one of the ones that succeeded still died, so.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah, unlike cantrips, usually if they succeed, they still take half damage, so.
Oh. Perfect. In that case, cool, because I have nothing left that I could do.
Okay.
Alright. Valis.
Alright. Valis gets up and brushes the dust off of him. And, oh. How do I get rid of the, prone condition? I click on the icon, it doesn't go away, it just doubles it up.
There we go.
Oh, okay.
I've got a special one for you. That way, if
Okay.
people attack you, it automatically grants them advantage and stuff.
Oh, how nice. But Valis will turn back to Mira, and he'll say, beautifully played. That's quite a note you struck. And he'll use a bonus action, and I think this is the last round that he has the
It is.
spiritual weapon with. And he's going to target that wolf that's right in front of him. Spiritual dagger.
Alright.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh, big damage.
And you killed him.
Okay,
Good job.
and he's gonna point towards the other wolf guy and say, "It's your turn now." I'm gonna move up to him.
Okay. As your spiritual
And-
dagger dives into the neck of this wolf and fades away.
Excellent. And he's gonna cast. Let's see here. What do I have? Yeah, I'm just gonna do primal savagery on him.
Okay. Ooh. Slashing into him.
Nice.
Okay.
That is going to bring up this one, as they are going to charge forward out from around the corner. And it's going to lunge, biting at Valis. As this one just barely gets a hold of you, pulling at your legs. But this time you're not so easily tricked by it. Alright. That's going to bring up Yevgeny.
Sorry, you said that. All I hear in my head is my time to shine.
That's why you're a bard.
Alright, so Evgeny is gonna move up. I said move, lazy bones. Okay, he's gonna move up a little. Obviously, we're gonna stand on top of the corpse because why wouldn't we? Just a little bit. There. Cool. And we could. Ooh, I did not see you there.
You saw nothing.
Oh no, I'm concerned.
Yep, there's a wolf there.
Because something in me is screaming that this one is most likely going to try to gang up on him. Again, he's just gonna, I said target, damn it. Target, thank you. And we're gonna use the longbow. Please, please, please. Yay! Okay, cool.
Nice hit.
Cool.
Ooh, one very solid hit.
Okay.
Second arrow?
I'm sorry. Because I think it would be funny, I'm gonna have him run up to the wolf because, you know, square up, and say target. And we're gonna use the short sword to take it down. Please. Yay!
Nice.
And it's basically one of those things where it's like, I got your back, you know?
Oh yeah.
Alright. As the werewolf, seeing all of the wolves slain, lets out an angry growl before launching it into its own tirade against Valis here. Launching with its claws, then bite attack.
Oh, another hit. Ooh. That's not looking so hot.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Yep, and the claws keep ripping into you.
Oh no.
Zoldar.
Solsdor comes up to the ledge here and takes aim. Then the second shot pulls another arrow from his quiver.
Yes.
As they both find their mark.
Alright, and that is it for Solsdar.
Alright,
Mira.
Alright. Mira's going to run up because she can see how badly Valis is injured, and because she feels his pain as well. Please let it work. She's gonna cast healing word. Hold on, wait. Almost made that mistake. Okay, there we go. We're gonna use healing word.
Not the wolf me.
Yes.
Oh, another another max healing. Damn.
She just can't heal herself.
Yeah. That's how
That's
selfless Mira is. Still got
Exactly.
your action.
Yep. Just can't
Okay.
do a leveled spell. So you can do cantrip or move into melee range.
Okay. And Vicious mockery counts as cantrip, right?
Correct.
Indeed.
That's perfect.
Oh. Man, they're wise.
Oh, damn it.
Valiant attempt.
It was fun while it lasted. Alright.
With that, Valis.
Alright, Valis is going to take a strike at this guy with his primal savagery again. Keep the bardic inspiration for that. Oh, it doesn't let me do it with advantage before I roll it. That option didn't come up, but Alt is the key.
Oh, yep.
And with his bonus action, I think he's just going to cast Healing Word on himself.
Okay.
But he's going to do so with a bardic inspiration.
Okay. You might have to roll the d6 separately. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah.
Jeez.
I'll do this. Oof, only additional one.
Alright, well, 9 points of healing. Still something good.
Yeah. Okay, and that is his turn.
Alright. Yevgeny.
Oops.
My bad. You're good about doing it.
Okay. Let's see. Evgeny's going to step up.
Oh, you're on the target.
Yep, that's right. Okay, he's going to step up beside Valis. Yeah, obviously we're going to focus on that. Okay, and he's going to use his short sword. Please.
Nice.
Wonderful, wonderful. And you know, we're going to do it again.
Alright.
Please.
And him. Nice.
Yes. And yeah. I should move him back a little bit.
He'll take a attack of opportunity, just FYI.
Yeah, if you
That's
move
the
out of
problem with-
range, they'll take an opportunity attack.
That's the problem of going up front. But, I don't recommend it.
Move over.
Okay.
As you run back, the werewolf lashes out with their claws, slashing at Yevgeny.
Oh, lucky.
Oh no.
Only just barely catching his coat. But with that, it is the werewolf's turn, as they are going to unleash on Valis. Again, a slash and a bite.
Oh, I'm glad I did that. Healing Word.
Right.
Oh, I can see, I can use, oh no, I use my bardic inspiration on that, god damn it. Alright, I go down.
Nope, not knocked prone.
Oh, okay, it was only a 10, alright.
Yeah, well, it's something else. Because it's a constitution
Oh.
saving throw. The
Oh, you know what?
wolf.
It's a saving throw, then I have proficiency on it. What did I roll? Did it work? I guess it worked, it's fine. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No worries. I was gonna say, you rolled a 3.
Ooh, that's painful.
Yeah. And plus your 7, so yep. It added it up, right? But yeah, you just, that bite just really burns.
Ugh.
Alright, that is their turn. You know what? We're gonna do it. They are going to leap up to the, going over, up on the ledge, so that they'll take the opportunity attack from Valis.
Oh, so doesn't have opportunity attacks?
You do if you have a martial weapon.
He's unhanded. So fine, he'll punch him.
So unarmed strike.
Where is that? I guess I'll use the character sheet. Yeah, there you go. Oof. Alright.
And with that, they are going to run back here.
See, that's the thing I hate about them. I hate about the wolves. Like, it's all fun and games until we start getting the upper hand, and then you want to run away. Like, no, stand and fight. If you're bold enough to come pick up fights, you might as well stay.
Oh, he can't even see that far.
Darn human eyes!
Yeah, he'll run down. Oh wait, oh damn. Spent his movement already. I think he saw him right there. Oh no! Okay, Soldar is gonna use his dash then.
Well, hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I have 30 getting him up to here.
Yeah, can I get him over there?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Let's see here.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. You didn't move him for a while, so I was wondering who was moving him. But go ahead.
Okay.
10, 20, yeah, 30.
Well, that's all his movements. He'll just ready an action to take a shot if he sees the wolf.
Okay.
How about that?
Sounds good. Mira.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, let's see here. I could use Thunder Wave.
A 15-foot cube in front of you.
Right. That requires movement. Okay. Well, kids, we're going to take a field trip right up the ledge. Okay. Right here would be okay, right?
Okay. Yep. So it'll be an extra 5 feet of movement just to get up the edge.
Okay. Alright, excuse me, sir. Oh my god!
Yeah, there's a slight wall right there. That's why you had issues.
Oh god. Alright, cool. I'm just gonna peek around the corner. Aha, peekaboo, I see you, bitch. Anyways. Okay. So we're going to target targets. And I am going to use Thunder Wave. Oh, damn. Well. There are no more. Okay, so if you use Shatter instead, since there's a spell slot for that.
You could upcast Thunderwave to a 2nd level, or you could just, use Shatter.
It's fine. Her hair will be okay, right? Earbuds.
Nice.
Hahaha, suffer, stupid. Okay. And, let's see, is anyone injured? I don't think I can use healing word on myself.
You could.
Oh.
You used a leveled spell already.
Oh, yep, that's right.
Oh, well.
Normally you
Can
could.
I end my turn?
Okay. With that, Valis.
Alright, Valis is gonna hop the wall. I guess can you drag him up here? He wants to get
Yep.
up over here
There you
in
go.
front of Mira.
Now you can move yourself there.
Solar still doesn't see him. Alright. That stupid pillar is in the way.
Yep.
Anyways, Alice is going to be. So how much movement did that use? That used.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You got 5 more feet.
Okay. Dallas is just going to move over here. Oh, there's another one over there. Okay. He's going to use. He's going to cast Thorn Whip against him.
Ooh. Okay.
Pull him in closer. It seems kind of dumb, but he'll do it. Oh, it misses.
Damn.
But then he's going to use his bonus action and cast Shield of Faith on himself. Okay. And he'll call out to the rest of the party. He's over here and there's another one.
Oh god.
That's his turn.
Alright. Alright. Evgeny. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to run up the stairs and over to the left because why not? I said move. Okay. Up the stairs. See the. I'm just gonna take a little shortcut and just go through here. And I said here.
And that would require a dash action to move that far.
Oh.
He could get to one of those 2 squares.
Okay. So then, like, right over here would be okay?
Yep. And then you still have your actions with him.
Alright, cool. So, I'm going to focus on this bastard right here. I'm gonna use longbow, please. Yay! Oh, thank God.
Nice shot.
Alright. And then I'm gonna do it again because why not?
Nice shot.
Absolutely. What I like to see. And yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay. As you see this woman in the back here, cowering back. With that, that is going to bring up the werewolf. They look to be nearly at death's door. they are. Yep, they're going to go ahead and lunge forward. One last attempt to try and take care of Valis. Charge forward, lashing wildly with claws and mouth. Oh, I got those rolls.
Oh wow, he hit. Does that hit through the a 20 AC? There's the shield.
It does not. So, no need to roll Constitution. As that will miss. But that will bring up Soldar.
Okay, Soldar is going to move up here and pass by Evgeny. He's going to shoot 2 bow attacks. Do I have to declare which target it is for both of them at the beginning? It is a multi-attack, not an extra attack.
I would say that's 2 draws of the bow, so you can do 2 separate.
Okay. And then the second shot, he's going to shoot at the lady in the back.
Okay.
Does she look like the other ladies we saw in the front, basically?
She looks to
She
be
looks
in
like a
rag. She looks to be in rags, and she is cowering in this alcove.
Okay. Soldar will ready his action to shoot her if she does any Oh, there's more all around us. Nah, he's gonna shoot her. Okay. And I don't know if he has still any movement. He's gonna keep moving up bravely. Alright, that's the end of his turn.
Yo! Yo, Soldar's a freaking menace, bro.
It says hostile. Sorry, I'm metagaming.
After it hits, oh, it says hostile. I made a good choice. Well, you shot her. She should be hostile. Alright, Mira.
Alright, let's see. What can I do? Alright, I'm left with Vicious Mockery and Thunderclap. Not that that's a bad thing. I like these things. Okay. I guess I could scooch up a little.
You're on the targeting one.
Yeah. Just gonna scooch up a little, just to gain a little more visuals. And that did nothing.
You still have some more movement, so you're good.
And I'm just gonna scooch over here. I don't think what I can do.
From that range, you're pretty much stuck with either throwing your dagger or Vicious Mockery. And then for bonus action, you've got your Bardic Inspiration.
Right. Okay. So I shall use Vicious Mockery. I should focus on that. So I'm gonna focus on you. And yeah. We'll see how it goes. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it was a good attempt.
At this point, she starts to have this deep growl as she looks at the group. Alright, Valis.
Valis is gonna move up. He's gonna be, where are the children?
You won't get them!
Okay, so he's just gonna run up. Swipe at her. Okay. No bonus actions right now, I guess.
Okay.
That's the end of his turn.
Yevgeny.
Alright. Time to shine once again. Okay. Maneuvering around the pillar. We're just gonna, scooch up a little bit. Join the others. Boom. Standing over a corpse once again because I'm awesome like that. I'm then going to focus on this one. I'm gonna use my long bow. Yeah, he's just gonna be like, tell us what you know, or I shoot again.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
I don't think Yevgeny is that good at that.
I don't think so either.
Why is that it? Okay.
Worth a shot, though. Yep.
Yep.
Oh! I'm sorry. That is humiliating, even for him. Oh!
It's a woman.
Hard to impress.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Wow.
As she transforms into this white-haired werewolf and just launches into Valis, who is upon her.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Is it still my turn?
No.
Oh, no.
Okay.
As those will miss. Well, may as well make this one visible. As this one will come charging.
Oh god. Where did you come from?
That's going to be their movement. They're going to slash at Zoldar. Zoldar has half cover.
But he doesn't even see her.
Oh,
Blind humans.
Somebody's phone's telling him it's bedtime.
Yep.
Alright, well, he's got half cover. And they're going to launch into him. What you mean? I can't see them. I can see them. Just fine. I'll move you here and then I'll move you back. What? Oh, it's because it was targeting Valis as well. That's why. Why was it targeting Valis?
Because Valis always gets targeted.
Right? There you
I
go.
just don't like him.
And that is going to be that. Alright, Zoldar.
Alright, where did that attack come from?
Claws out of the dark, lash out from around the corner.
Okay. Gozdar will, do we, I know, do we have to do kind of drop bow and then unsheath the sword action?
You're fine.
Is that how you, okay. He'll switch to his swords. Oh, he missed. Where did the person go?
Oh, he can't see him at all.
Okay. Does he?
Oh,
Alright,
they're in a
then
dark
he's
spot.
gonna. Yeah. He's like, where is he, Mira? Or she?
You see, Mirror can't really see him either because it's kind of a blind
I mean,
spot.
are these That's so crazy. Are these torches actually working though?
They are lit,
They have.
um,
Okay.
but like they
It's just
don't
that there's
provide
a
a
pillar right
crap
there.
ton. Well, that torch, if it was a bright light source, like a normal
Yeah.
torch, yeah, it would illuminate that space.
Okay. Fuck it. He's just gonna take the op attack then and move away from her.
Okay.
Um, and
Okay.
instead he's just gonna shoot this one back there. Next to Valis, the one that's lit up. There we go. And then he's gonna move up closer to Valis. He'll move up like so.
Okay.
He's like, damn these dark caves.
Mira.
Okay. Considering this thing keeps popping up out of nowhere, I'm just gonna scooch. Oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. I'm going to target this wolf that's closest. And, I'm going to throw my dagger at it.
Okay.
That was...
As you hear your dagger clang in the dark.
Only my luck. Mira says with a deadpan face. And she's just gonna take out her sword at this point and yeah, basically just look at the wolf, like square up, you know? But yeah, that's about all I can do, I think.
Okay. Valis.
Alice hears dagger clang on the floor, and he'll call back to Mira, "Trust your magics," and he will cast slash at this wolf in front of him. Another primal savagery. Wow, this thing is tough. Okay. Hmm. You'll also see that Mira is kind of hurt. Okay. Can you get over there? He's just gonna hold here, I think, for now.
Okay.
And he's using a lot of spell slots, so okay. End my turn.
Yevgeny.
Evgeny.
Alright, I rise again. So, considering the fact that he's standing like a little ways away from the wolf that's near Mira,
He cannot see it.
ew. Oh, okay, there was.
Mira, you can see it because you have dark vision.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They can't see in the dark, so they need light.
And the one with light right now is Valis.
You know.
And it is not It is not Mira's turn, so she can't even cast light. It's fine. Alright, so we're just gonna stick with the wolf that we can see. And, just gonna go for the longbow once again.
Nice.
Oh, thank God.
Get him.
Yep. And then one more time.
Oof.
You hoe.
As it completely strikes the stone wall right here, not getting very far on the shot.
It's fine. I end my turn.
Okay. The white-haired one is going to unleash yet again on Valis, slashing and biting at him. But seeing that she is cornered, she is going to... that'll probably...
She fears Valis' unarmed attack.
Yeah, you are unarmed.
Yeah.
The problem is the two that are shooting at her.
They only got ranged weapons out, so I mean, I think she can run around pretty. She's smart. She would know.
Alright, well, we're going to go ahead, run past Valis, so provoking there.
Yeah, he'll punch her. And pop up, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But there,
Most
oh, it
damage
didn't
it'll
die.
do is 1 bludgeoning.
Yeah, who cares?
And is going to run right there. Alright. This one, however...
Mm-hmm.
she'll go ahead and call out, "We must protect the children, Bianca!" And let's find out which of you two they're going to unleash their attacks on. Mira and Mira. As this one just lunges at Mira and is going to go into slashing and biting as the claws are more of a distraction than anything as the bite latches on. Mira, I need a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
As you take a few points of damage from that bite, but you are not feeling too good, as you are badly injured at this point.
Yep.
Zoldar.
Oh, Zoldar. Alright, he's going to try to finish off this one. As he can see him. There we go.
Ooh, wow.
Nice.
Misses. And he's gonna scooch over here. Actually, no, he's just gonna stay where he is.
Okay.
Okay, that is it for Zoldar.
Mira. Bloodied and bruised.
Alright. With my, evident, injuries, because, yeah. I'm going to use Vicious Mockery. Because why not?
Ooh,
There you go.
there we go. Disadvantage on their next attack roll. Okay.
Cool.
Let's see here.
And, yeah. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Okay. Well then. There's that. Valis.
I was gonna run up 20 feet here. 25, 30. Just light up all of them. And he'll call out to one of the wolves, and he'll be like, "Protect them! You stole them! You kidnapped them!" And I don't know if they respond to that.
You're not the only ones we're protecting them from.
What do you mean?
Further conversation might turn into an action.
Okay.
So, your choice.
Choice made. And he'll end his turn, and it'll be like, Mirror, stay strong.
Yeah, sure. She's gonna give a thumbs up.
He's got your back. Valis has got your back.
Alright, Yevgeny.
Alright, cool.
The wolf is lit.
Okay. Damn it. I'm gonna see if maybe he could scooch over. If that might help. And yeah, it does. Okay. We can see him now. Excuse me. Her. I said select. Alright. I'm gonna focus on this and we're just gonna run it in square. Okay, I'm just gonna say he's squaring up with her, and he's gonna use the short sword. Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's just gonna do it again. The fact that it progressively got worse. Okay. And I end my turn.
Okay. With that, this werewolf right next to Valis. Yep, she's gonna just... You keep getting in her way.
Of course. That's what he's trying to do.
No, she's running.
He's gonna punch her again.
Okay. Yep, you already had her. Oh, I'll bring her back so you can target her properly.
Oh,
Alright,
I
just
love
like
the
last time.
animation, though.
5, 10, 15, 20. Alright. She is going to run 5, 10, 15, there's 40. Okay. This one, they're in a bad spot. They're gonna go at one attack at each of you, slashing at Mira first.
Mm.
Oh, there we go. Slashing at Mira. It still gets a hold of you,
really?
even through the disadvantage.
Alright, well, I'm gonna use that reaction.
Alright.
Yes, use the reaction. Nice.
Cutting words. Oh.
Well,
So you're cutting words. Let's see here.
Oh, D6, I think.
Yep, use one bardic inspiration. So go ahead and roll a d6.
okay.
I'm gonna undo your damage to you, because that's not fair yet.
D6.
Yep. Oh, there you go. And that was against the attack, so that misses.
Nice. Well done, Mira. Well done.
Thank you. I'll try.
But their bite attack, that is going to miss you, Evgeny. But they're going to run up.
Ooh. Evgeny might get op attack.
Yep, Yevgeny and Mira both. Oh, so I should probably bring them back so you guys can make your opportunity attacks.
So then, I guess we could both slash at it? Is that what that means?
Yep, you both can attack with your swords.
Alright, cool. So...
Nice.
Alright. That's arrow with Mira.
Nice.
And back to where they were. Alright. And that is going to be their turn. We're going to wrap this up as we are at the time, but also trying to let them play smart. Alright, Zoldar.
Oldar is gonna run into the darkness and then ready, Oh, he sees him. He's got some light. I'm gonna guess that's cover though.
Yep, half cover.
Did I
That
miss on cover?
Yep, missed due to cover.
Try again. Oh, both misses. Okay. Those are curses under his breath. He'll move up rest of his movement, and that is his turn.
Alright. Mira.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So, I'm not sure what to do at this point. I'd say maybe she's just gonna limp. I'm just gonna limp over here. Of course, there isn't a better visual. Why would there be? Instead. Yeah, I'm really not sure what to do.
Okay.
I moved, that's it.
You could take a dodge action, so if anything attacks you, or you can prepare an action, so if anything approaches, you can attack with your sword. Or if you wanted to, you could do the search action to look for your dagger.
You're right, I could. I probably should. How would I do that again?
So roll investigation.
Okay.
thankfully enough, you have dark vision when you threw it. And now with Valus's light, you're able to see the glint of it just barely underneath the bones. So you do have your dagger back.
Okay.
But there's your action.
Alright, cool.
Alright, Valus.
Alright, Ballas sees Mira rummaging through the bones, and he says, "This is no time to go treasure hunting, Mira." And he's gonna run around the corner over here. He sees both of them. And he's gonna run up to the injured one. Try to finish it off. Primal Savagery. Here we go. Good damage. Alright. That's the end of his turn, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Evgeny.
Alright.
You're over here.
Yeah, Danny's going to... I'm not sure if he was able to see that, but he's going to run the same way that Valus did. Oh. Perfect. Well. Alright, first things first. Taking out this gravely injured one. Because, yes, enemy. I'm gonna use the longbow for that. Perfect. And then, I'm also going to focus on that one and do the longbow again. Please, please. Oh, I was not expecting for that to hit.
Nice.
No.
And, yeah. I end my turn.
Alright. As this one before you, Valus, calls back, "Licentia, take care of the children," as she unleashes probably her last tirade of attacks against Valus. Unable to land a blow. This one, they're going after the one that's out here.
Okay.
And they're going to slash. Oh.
Got him.
And then they are going to bite. As you hear Zoldar yell out in pain as this one gets a hold of him. If I get that Constitution saving throw for him.
I didn't see it pop up.
In the chat box.
Nope. I don't even see the damage yet.
Oh, interesting. You might want to
can roll it for
refresh. Okay.
Okay. A refresh.
Okay. Ooh, a 9. Okay.
There we go.
And when you're back in, it is Zoldar's turn.
Okay.
With a werewolf in front of him.
Now the heads up display is not on, but that's okay.
So to fix that, if you go under token controls, the purple box with the swords crossed, if you click on that, it should either pop it up, and if it doesn't, toggle it again, and then it should pop up.
Purple box with swords crossed.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. He's gonna switch to his swords. He's gonna hit try to strike once.
Nice.
And he's gonna strike twice. He's gonna try to do it non-lethal.
Okay.
He's gonna be like, "Who are you? You're not protecting the children from us. Who else then?" Okay. Still up.
They would respond with from Kirill.
Yep. Shit.
Okay.
Did you catch that?
No. I'm sorry.
So it would have been yelled. She called out that they were protecting them from Kirill.
I can't even do a persuasion. Hey, damn it. Alright. Yeah, that would definitely catch Mira's interest, like, from Kirill. What do you mean by that?
Kirill's the bad guy.
Right. No, like, she's thinking, like, aren't y'all working with him?
So what do you want to do, Mira?
Well, first things first, I gotta move, because I'm literally in the dark. Okay, let me scooch. Ah, yes, light. Torch. I didn't mean to move that close, but you know what? It's fine. You know what? Considering the fact that it's already on its last legs, I might as well just put it out of its misery.
Oh lordy. Okay.
So... Okay. I'm sorry. I'm like going as fast as I can. Alright, she's gonna throw her dagger once more. Please.
Oh shit.
What the
Oh. Still up. Good.
Just ever so barely hanging in there.
Yeah, and basically kind of going back to what Yevgeny was trying to do earlier, like, tell us what you know, you know? Wait, what I roll for that then?
Persuasion.
Oh, yeah. It's disgusting. Okay. And,
The white-haired one in front of you, Valis. Kirill wants to turn them to monsters.
Balos will respond, "We mean no harm to the children. We only wish to save them. We are on the same side. Let us stop this fighting. I will not bring down my hand on you again."
The question is Yevgeny and Zoldar.
oh.
Balos will yell out to them, "Stand down."
Alright, I'm taking control over Zoldar and Yevgeny. I need a persuasion from Valis.
Okay. This is not gonna be good. Oh!
No fucking way.
And then I am going to roll one for this individual as well. It's interesting because this is a check where it could kind of go both ways. Where one can say, hey, a high roll is a great persuasion, and then it's also like, alright, that's true, but you also need the other people to have insight to know that it's the truth.
Okay.
But as at the same, yeah, I mean, it's a double-edged sword with insight. But considering it's normally me or B, that's what we're going with. As as you hear the bowstring of Yevgeny loosen, Zoldar, you can't really tell as he's around the corner and you can't see him. But seeing as how everything has come to an end for the time being, we will pick up there next week.
Excellent. All right. Okay. Note to self: not all werewolves are bad. So. All right.
But
Good
yep,
game.
yeah, it was very interesting to see how that went. It was interesting chaining together some of those encounters.
Okay, did we go through a ton of stuff, or actually no? This was just one scenario.
Yeah, this was just one scene. You did go through a ton of combat.
Yeah.
I mean, this place is heavily focused on the combat, so it is what it is with
Awesome.
that. But yep.
Yeah. All right.
The happy news for me is I still have stuff that's prepared that you haven't reached through or gone through yet.
There we go. Yep.
That's always great.
Right.
Yep.
But yeah.
All right.
Great session,
really
guys.
enjoyed the combat. Yeah. Thanks, Sean.
Yeah.
And Gianni, you're starting to get the hang of it, I think. So I noticed starting to get controlling your characters more smooth as the game goes on. So
yep.
Good stuff. All right.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, and we'll talk next week.
All right. Good night, all.